Hello travelers, welcome to No Man's Sky. This is Survival Bob, and in this video we're going to talk about ship customization in No Man's Sky. Should there be ship customization in No Man's Sky? Is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? How would it happen? How should it happen? All of those great things we're going to answer and more in this discussion on No Man's Sky ship customization. So, first thing let's talk about is, why do I think ship customization may or may not be coming to No Man's Sky? Well, first, if you watch the online traffic and the chatter, every time there's an update, people talk about the things they would like to see in addition to or instead of what they just got, whether it's the derelict freighters or whether it's the pets or whatever it happens to be. We always see blowback whenever there's an update that says, hey, great, but what about X, Y, and Z? And what I've seen more and more over the last year, especially on Twitter and the No Man's Sky community, is this idea of ship customization. People have been flying all over the galaxy, 256 galaxies to be exact, looking for the perfect ship, only to find the ship they want, but it to be the wrong color, or it to have one piece not right. Ship customization is a thing that is getting more and more talked about and more pressure, and I think more and more people are coming around to the idea that this could be a good thing for the game. So, what are the pros and cons of ship customization? Well, as far as the cons, the biggest pushback I hear about why we should not have ship customization is that it would kill the exploration factor of No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is about exploring. It's about hunting that perfect system, that perfect ship, finding something that no one has ever seen before, and sharing it, whether it's on No Man's Sky Coordinate Exchange or something else. Well, guys, I don't know that that's holding up as much as it used to. I'm a big proponent of exploration. I mean, yes, you got us to a new system, but do you really want us to spend all our time standing at a trade station waiting for a ship to come in? Or would you rather us go out and explore the planets and the flora and the fauna and see what the procedural generation has built all over that universe? I think you'd rather us do that. That's what this game is about, because it is a game of wonder and a journey more than it is anything else, more than it is about the ship. It's about the journey. So is that something I think they would consider? Yeah, I think they would, and I think the tide is changing. I put out a poll recently asking what people wanted to see, and I was really surprised that the majority, that the highest voted section out of 4 was ship customization. Now, there are a lot of people that are voting for it and who want it and still think it will never happen. I have mixed feelings on this, and I'll share those a little bit more with you at the end. What are the pros for ship customization? What are the reasons why we would want to see ship customization in No Man's Sky? Well, first, because we're a society that wants what we want. We'll even pay for it a lot of times in the form of skins and customizations and all that. Now, No Man's Sky is not a game that has ever asked for any more money after the initial purchase, which is one of the things that the community loves and has really bonded the dev team to the community, is the fact that they're not asking for more money for any updates. They continue to work on this. People call it a labor of love, but obviously they're making money by selling new copies of it, putting it on Game Pass, things of that nature. So it is a viable business model. However, would ship customization damage that? That's the question. That's the question that Sean Murray and his team have to ask themselves and answer. Would ship customization bring people in or drive them away? It may bring people in the short term for sure, for people who've been looking for that perfect ship and got annoyed. Whenever there's a new update, there's always an influx of people. I see it on my channel with more views of my beginner's guides and things like that. But will they stick around for the long haul? Well, maybe, maybe not. Ship customization being a thing will stop people from searching more. I really think it will. I don't see why I would continue to search for a ship if I can find the ship I want, make it the way I want it, and go with it. So how do we combat that? To keep people exploring and to keep them interested in this game long term? Well, here's my suggestion, and I'd love to hear your suggestions in the comments as well. First thing is, we need an entire ship rebalance, not just ship customization. You can't just drop in ship customization on the current ship structure. The current ship structure is kind of broken in my opinion. There's really no reason to get a hauler because you can max out any ship you want to 48 and 21. if you have enough storage augmentation, which is easy enough to get. So why have a hauler? It doesn't maneuver great, and it doesn't give me any extra storage space. Well, some of them look cool. I'll grant you that. Here's what I think would make the difference. I think if they would actually take ships and make them better on the top end for each class so that the other classes can't compete. So you have to use a specific ship if you really want to get the most out of whatever it is you're trying to do, like hauling. So for example, let haulers have 60 items instead of 48 so that people want haulers. Take fighters and make them not be able to carry near as much. So don't let a fighter go to 48, make it stay at 21 or something like that. What if we added a row of tech that was specific to that class? So instead of the 21 that we normally have, we could have a fourth row that would take us to 28 slots in tech. But in that fourth row, it has to be specific to that class. For example, Explorer, make it so that it only will allow hyperdrives and modules to increase the capacity on a hyperdrive. For a fighter, it can only be weapons. For a hauler, maybe it's shields. Maybe it's maneuverability, pulse engine, something like that. For a shuttle, I don't care about shuttles. Whatever you want to put in a shuttle. But if you could find a good use for a shuttle, I'd fly one. I'll fly a toilet paper tube. I don't care if it's going to benefit me in the game, but currently it doesn't. First step is we need a complete ship overhaul. And the reason we use ships, and that's what I want Hello Games to do, is to sit back and look and say, what are the ships used for, and how can we steer people to using them for a certain purpose? Now, people don't like being steered, but I think it would definitely add to the game if I knew if I wanted the best fighting ship, it had to be a fighter. If I wanted the best hauling capacity, it needed to be a hauler. If I wanted the best exploring capacity, it needs to be an explorer. Now, yes, Explorer range will go further than the other classes, but not by a whole lot. So, if we do get ship customization, there's a couple ideas out there that I think are worthwhile. And it shouldn't be just like the Exocraft where you can just jump in and start changing it. One idea, one thought is, let's just allow people to change the colors. And maybe you don't buy them like you do with nanites for the capital freighters. Maybe you have to earn them. Maybe you only get these colors in certain races systems. So Gex have a certain color palette, Korvax have a different color palette, Viking have another color palette, and then there's special color palettes maybe that you can get by doing the Atlas path. That's one way to do it. I'd love to hear your ideas for ways to do that if we do allow color changes. Maybe you only allow ships to be painted in certain areas so that you have to journey to that area to do it. Let's start with the colorization. And then let's talk about swapping components, taking components off, putting them on. The ideas that I've heard that I like the most are that you have to research this technology. Make it researchable technology, maybe not in the same vein that we do for the building pieces, maybe in a different way. Make it so that you have to learn each part. And I would make these parts system specific as well. Use what you have already set up with the Viking, the Korvax, and the Gek to flush out a system where if you want to build the best Explorer, you got to go to a Korvax system. If you want to build the best fighter, you got to go to a Viking system. If you want to build the best hauler, you got to go to a Gek system. So in those systems, maybe we can go and we can research and we can learn building components. And let's say in order to get these building components in each system, that you have to build up rank in the guild for what you're working for. So here's what I mean. If you have to increase your hauler in a Gek system. So you need to go to the Merchants Guild in a Gek system and increase your standing with them to learn different blueprints. Or maybe you can learn them on some of the quests they give you when you're increasing the standing. The same thing with fighters and Viking and with Korvax and the Exploration Guild in their systems. It can all be worked out given the current infrastructure that you have, and it will allow players to explore other game features that have been around for a long time that maybe they forgot about or they haven't really used before, like the mission boards. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Should we have ship customization first? Should we have it? Yes or no? And if we should have it, if you think we should have it, how should we implement it? Just give it to everybody and let them go wild, make them earn it some way. What do you think about the systems I've laid out? What other ideas are they? I'm certainly open to this conversation, and I look forward to having it with you guys. This is Survival Bob saying if you're going to be a Bob, have fun with it. And if you're going to play No Man's Sky, get the best ship you can. Sean, hook a brother up. Come on. You know you want to. It's okay. I know you customize your ship. I won't tell. I know you did, though. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care.